Hello everyone, I will demonstrate to you the external features of the cerebrum hemisphere and different sulci and gyri. The cerebrum is largest part of the human brain that fill most of the cranial cavity. This is the brain. This fill the most cranial cavity. This is the interior of the skull and fill the cerebrum of the brain. Right. The cerebrum is a heavily bilobule structure. The bilobule structure that two lateral half are called. This is called cerebral hemisphere. This two lateral half. This is called cerebral hemisphere. Then deep median cleft. The longitudinal cerebral fissure incompletely, but they separate two cerebral hemisphere. Both in front and behind the cleft is complete, but in the central part is cleft extend downward up to the corpus callosum. What is corpus callosum? Corpus callosum is which is the largest mass of the white fiber adjoining to the two cerebral hemisphere. Right. Okay. And now external features of the cerebral hemisphere. Each cerebral hemisphere have three pole, three border and three surfaces. Let me show you. This is the half of the cerebral hemisphere. So three pole. First the three pole. First this is the frontal lobe. Okay, this is the rounded frontal lobe. Is rounded. Then posterior pole this is called occipital pole, which is the pointed structure. This is the pointed structure. Okay, between the frontal and occipital lobe, this is called temporal pole. Right, this is called temporal lobe. Now three surfaces. First, most convex surface. This is called supralateral surface. Second, the more flat vertically, this is called medial surface present in the thick C-shaped structure. This is called corpus callosum. Cut corpus callosum. Right. Now third surfaces, this is called inferior surface, which is irregular, and this inferior surface divided into two parts by the deep horizontal fissure. Inferior surface divided by two part by deep horizontal fissure. This is the deep horizontal fissure. Now border of cerebrum. First border, this is called supromedial border. Its supromedial border is separate supralateral surface from the medial surface. Right. Second border, this is called infralateral border. Its infralateral border separate supralateral surface from the inferior surface. Right. Now anterior part of the infralateral border, is known as superciliary border. This is called superciliary border. Right. Then infromedial border, this is called infromedial border. This is infromedial border. Right. This infromedial border separate medial surface and inferior surface, but medial border have two part, separate the orbital part from the medial surface, which is known as, this is called medial orbital border. This is the medial orbital border. Right. And then posterior part of the infromedial border, it separate tentorial surface from the medial surface, which known as, this is called medial occipital border. Right. There are the external features. Now we see the main sulci of the cerebral hemisphere, which divided each cerebral hemisphere in four main lobes. These are the first sulcus. This is called lateral sulcus. Lie in the between orbital surface and tentorial part of the inferior surface. Right. So first sulcus, this is called lateral sulcus, present in the inferior surface between the orbital and tentorial part of the inferior surface. You can see here that the lateral sulcus. There's a lateral sulcus. Okay, the lateral sulcus reaches laterally on the supralateral surfaces here. Right. The lateral sulcus divided into three rami. First, this is called anterior horizontal. Right. Second, this is called anterior ascending. Right. And third, this is called posterior ramus. Okay, the three ramus divided into lateral sulcus. Now second sulcus, this is called present in the supralateral surface. This is called central sulcus, present in 1 centimeter behind the midpoint of between frontal and occipital lobe. This is called frontal lobe, and this posterior part is called occipital lobe. Frontal lobe and occipital between present in the central sulcus. The central sulcus start from the supralateral surface and directly downward, forward, and ends to the just above the posterior ramus of the lateral sulcus. Right. And third sulcus present in the medial surface, which is this is called parieto-occipital sulcus, which is lie about the 5 centimeter front of the occipital pole. This is occipital, this frontal lobe, this is occipital lobe, and parieto-occipital sulcus present the front of the occipital lobe, 5 centimeter of the occipital lobe. This is parieto-occipital sulcus. Now three sulcus divided into 4 lobes, which are lobes: frontal lobe, parietal lobe, temporal lobe, and occipital lobe. Now frontal lobe present lie in anterior to the central sulcus, and above the posterior ramus of lateral sulcus. So this is the frontal lobe. And three main sulci: central sulcus, lateral sulcus, and parieto-occipital sulcus, and two imaginary line. The first imaginary line, parieto-occipital, this first imaginary line is the parieto-occipital sulcus, and going upward to the supralateral surface. The first imaginary line start from the parieto-occipital sulcus to the pre-occipital notch, just front of the 4 centimeter of occipital lobe. This is called pre-occipital notch. So first imaginary line start from pre-occipital notch to the parieto-occipital sulcus. The first imaginary line. Right. Then second imaginary line, it start from this is the lateral sulcus. This is backward lateral sulcus and continuation of the horizontal part of posterior ramus of lateral sulcus. Still join the first line. Right. Let me show you in the diagram. Okay. This is supralateral surface of the cerebrum. Then the first line, this is called parieto-occipital sulcus, and joined to the pre-occipital notch. Okay. So the first imaginary line, and second imaginary line is the lateral sulcus. In the backward, this is called posterior ramus of the lateral sulcus, and this posterior ramus of the lateral sulcus is joined to the first imaginary line. This is called second imaginary line. Then that line and three sulcus divided into lobe in 4 part. So this is the frontal lobe, and behind the central sulcus this is called parietal lobe, and behind the parieto-occipital sulcus this is called occipital lobe, and just below the lateral sulcus this is called temporal lobe. So two imaginary line, first imaginary line parieto-occipital line, and behind the posterior ramus of the lateral sulcus joined to the first imaginary line. Right. Now parietal lobe lie behind the central sulcus. This is called central sulcus, and parietal lobe behind the central sulcus and front of the upper part of first imaginary line. This is called central sulcus, and central sulcus behind the parietal lobe, just front of the upper first imaginary line. Okay. And below by the posterior ramus of the lateral sulcus by the secondary imaginary line. So this is called parietal lobe. Right. Parietal lobe. Then occipital lobe. Occipital lobe lie behind the vertically parieto-occipital sulcus and pre-occipital. No, this is called occipital lobe. Right. Now, temporal lobe. Temporal lobe lie below the posterior ramus of the lateral sulcus. This is the posterior ramus of the lateral sulcus, and below the posterior ramus of the lateral sulcus, this is called temporal lobe. This is called temporal lobe. Right. Then now, fifth lobe also present in the brain, but hidden portion, which is submerged portion of brain known as insula. Right. Insula present in floor of the lateral sulcus of the brain. Let me show you. This is lateral sulcus, and this is floor, and below the lateral sulcus this is called temporal lobe, and this is frontal lobe, and lateral sulcus and frontal lobe submerged, and this is hidden portion present in the floor of the lateral sulcus. This is called elongated part. This is called insula. This is called insula. Okay, the fifth lobe of the brain. Okay, right. Now, sulcus and gyri of the cerebral hemisphere. Now, first we see superlateral surface of the sulci and gyri, and superlateral surface. First, we see sulci and gyri of the frontal lobe. Now, in the frontal lobe, this is the central sulcus. Okay, the central sulcus. Then, front of the central sulcus present in another sulcus. This is called precentral sulcus. And between the two sulcus, this is called gyra. This is called precentral gyri, present in the frontal lobe. Right. Now rest of the sulci of frontal lobe to be precentral sulcus. There are two sulci called superior and inferior frontal sulcus, which is run horizontal. This is the precentral sulcus, and precentral sulcus lie at the horizontal sulcus. This is called superior frontal sulcus, and this is called inferior frontal sulcus. Then between the two sulcus in the frontal lobe divided into three gyri: superior frontal gyri, middle frontal gyri, and inferior frontal gyri. Right. Now, the inferior frontal gyri is very important. This is the inferior frontal gyri is very important. Divided by anterior horizontal, anterior ascending, and posterior ramus of lateral sulcus. Right. And now, below the anterior horizontal, this is called part of orbitalis. Between the anterior horizontal and anterior ascending, this is called pars triangularis. Right. And behind the anterior ascending and posterior ramus, this is called pars opercularis. Okay. Right. Now, see the temporal lobe. This is the temporal lobe. The temporal lobe and two sulcus. This is called superior temporal sulcus and inferior temporal sulcus. So, present in the temporal lobe, two sulcus, superior and inferior temporal sulcus. Then two sulcus divided into three gyri. First, superior temporal gyri, middle temporal gyri, and inferior temporal gyri. Okay. Now sulci and gyri in parietal lobe. This is the central sulcus. Right. Behind the central sulcus, present in the sulcus, this is called post-central sulcus. Between the two sulcus, this is called post-central gyri. Right. Now, rest of the parietal lobe divided into superior and inferior parietal lobule by the intraparietal sulcus. Let me show you. This is post-central sulcus behind the central sulcus. Okay. And behind the central sulcus, this sulcus present. This is called intraparietal sulcus, and this intraparietal sulcus divided into two lobule. This is called superior parietal lobule, and below the This is called inferior parietal lobule, right? Okay, let me show you. This is called central sulcus, and this is called intraparietal sulcus. Intraparietal sulcus divided into two parts: superior parietal lobule and inferior parietal lobule, right? Now sulci and gyri of occipital lobe. Sulci and gyri of the occipital lobe. First, the lateral occipital sulcus run horizontal. This is called lateral sulcus, run horizontal. Okay, and this lateral sulcus divided into two gyri: superior occipital gyri and inferior occipital gyri, right? And C-shaped sulcus, this is called lunate sulcus. So two sulcus present in the occipital lobe, horizontal and lunate sulcus, right? Now we see on the medial surface sulci in the gyri. Medial surface main sulcus start behind the below posterior end of the carpus callosum. This is called calcarine sulcus. Let me show you. This is carpus callosum, and this is called posterior end of the carpus callosum, and this start from posterior end of the corpus callosum, and this is called calcarine sulcus. This calcarine sulcus backward toward the occipital lobe within convexity facing upward. This is called calcarine sulcus, right? Now most prominent sulcus start from the in front of the corpus callosum. This is called cingulate sulcus. This cingulate sulcus now will be arch above the corpus callosum. Okay, then this is cingulate sulcus reaches to the supromedial border, right? Supromedial border. Now between cingulate sulcus and corpus callosum, this is called gyre. This is called cingulate gyrus. Now separate the cingulate gyrus in front of the corpus callosum. This sulcus, this is called callosal sulcus, right? Now you can see here the one offshoot sulcus. The offshoot sulcus arises from the cingulate sulcus, extend above the which divided medial surface into the two part. This offshoot sulcus, this medial surface divided into two part. First, this is called posterior smaller part. This is called paracentral lobule, and the anterior larger part, this is called medial frontal gyri. This is the medial frontal gyri. Now we have seen calcarine sulcus. Now we have seen the calcarine sulcus of parieto-occipital sulcus. This is the calcarine sulcus. This is the parieto-occipital sulcus. This is posterior part of the calcarine sulcus, right? Now between the posterior occipital sulcus and calcarine sulcus, this is gyri and triangular shape. This is called cuneus. Right? Okay. Now front of the cuneus and between the paracentral lobule, this is called lobule. This is called precuneus, right? Now you can see here the posterior end of the corpus callosum, right? This is called splenium. Then above the splenium, there is another sulcus. This is called suprasplenial sulcus. Now between the splenium and calcarine sulcus, this is called splenium, and this is calcarine sulcus. Now this is called isthmus. This is and sulci and gyri of the medial surface of cerebrum, right? Now inferior surface of the cerebrum, right? The sulci and gyri of the inferior surface. First, or orbital part, right? In the orbital part toward the midline, below the olfactory valve, right, is straight sulcus which is known as the olfactory sulcus, right? This is the straight sulcus. This is the olfactory sulcus. Medial to the olfactory sulcus, present in the gyrus, this is called gyrus rectus. This is called gyrus rectus, right? Now rest of the orbital surface is irregular. H-shaped sulcus, which is known as the orbital sulcus, right? H-shaped sulcus divided into 4 gyrus. Okay, anterior gyrus, posterior gyrus, medial gyrus, and lateral gyrus, right? Now on the tentorial surface, there are the 2 sulcus. First sulcus, this is called medial sulcus, also called the collateral sulcus, and second is this is called laterally sulcus, is known as the occipitotemporal sulcus, right? Now posterior part of the medial sulcus, also called the collateral sulcus, posterior part of the collateral sulcus, which separate from the calcarine sulcus. Let me show you. This is medial surface. So this posterior part of the collateral sulcus separate the calcarine sulcus. Between the calcarine sulcus and posterior part of the collateral sulcus as gyrus present, this is called lingual gyrus. Okay, tongue like stack, this is called lingual gyrus. Now lingual gyrus continuously anterior, this is called parahippocampal gyrus. Right? Then parahippocampal gyrus is hook sharply backward. The sharp tone which known as the uncus. This is called known as the uncus. Right? Then just lateral to the uncus is another sulcus present. This is called renal sulcus. Right? This is called renal sulcus. Now this is the medial sulcus. Okay. Now laterally medial sulcus, this is called occipitotemporal sulcus. Between the medial sulcus and occipitotemporal sulcus present the gyri. This is called medial occipitotemporal gyri. Right? And laterally to the occipitotemporal sulcus is gyrus present. This is called lateral occipitotemporal gyrus. Right? This is all about this sulci and gyri of cerebrum. Thanks for watching.